Swung on and drilled to right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone.
Well, that is not how I wanted to spend my Saturday. First Saturday of summer. Still watching the team, the Astros, celebrate on the field. That was tough. Matty Gaming says, I hate this so much. Lori C is pissed. Sam Chrisley says the $220 million team has been no hit. I think it's about $250 million, Sam. So some days you are the dog and some days you're the hydrant. And today we were the hydrant. If this game and this series has taught us anything so far, and I'm glad we're learning this in June and not October, it's that the Yankees offense is no match for the Astros pitching. They do what we do better than us, at least in this series. The Yankees need another contact hitter in that lineup, for sure. The Astros had more runs in this series than the Yankees had hits. Think about that. Let's see here. T. Wood says major changes. I don't think you need major changes, but I do think you need one or two more contact hitters. You know, this one is not on Garrett Cole, obviously. He was solid today. He went 7 innings, gave up 1 run, 8 strikeouts. That should be enough to get it done if your offense shows up. It's the Yankees' offense that's just been overmatched the last 2 nights, and really the last 3 nights, aside from swings from Giancarlo and Aaron Hicks on Thursday night. This team might very well win 115 games. It could happen. And plow through the Red Sox and the Rays and leave the Blue Jays in the dust in the division. But it's not going to mean a thing if the same thing happens in October and you get shut down by Justin Verlander and the rest of the Astros staff. Vendetta says, unbelievable. Unfortunately, very believable. Even as the Yankees have been on some historic stretches this season, there's still a lot of times where the offense just looks very pedestrian. Very pedestrian. And today was one of those days. Gleyber Torres, he hit a few home runs, and now he's back to falling over after every swing. We're seeing the same Gleyber Torres now that we saw last year, where he's fouling pitches off, and you find him looking straight up and way off balance, and then he goes falling towards the first base dugout. Who else in the league takes a swing and runs 10 feet in the opposite direction of where they're trying to hit the ball? And I'm saying that not because it's funny, but because it's an obvious flaw that you can spot just by being a novice baseball watcher. He's doing something incredibly silly after his swings. And people who know baseball will understand that's because of the momentum he's generating. He's trying to swing too hard, and all of his balance is going towards left field. And he's getting to the point where his weight is so far on the front foot and so far off balance, and his foot is turned over on itself that his brain, his body, compensates by forcing him in the other direction. And he's so far off balance that it's not just a quick fall off balance. He actually has to take like 5 steps and run in the other direction. And Joey Gallo, dude cannot hit a fastball, and he cannot lay off of one either, especially a high fastball. But what makes me more aggravated with him is when he takes a couple of very hittable pitches, right? 0-1, fastball, middle in, strike. Next pitch, a changeup maybe, but right down the middle. 0-2, and he just spits on it. Next pitch is a high fastball. Next 10 pitches are high fastballs or nasty shit in the dirt, and he can't hit it. And he can't lay off of it. That's frankly stubborn. That's too stubborn to be a part of a winning team. And frankly, it's unintelligent. Let him go to Seattle, where he'll, go back to hitting 30-plus home runs, and fans will love him because nobody cares if you win out there. There's just a lot of things this team can do to improve its offense. It's been a problem, and this was this was a miserable one for a Yankees fan. Rough day to spend a summer afternoon. Evil Magnitude says, imagine Gallo up with runners in scoring position in Game 7 of the ALCS. I can't do it because there's no way. You know, he hasn't even been starting much lately. Like, he starts about every other game these days. Maybe slightly more than that. He's getting pinch hit for late in games. He's not going to get a crucial at bat in the playoffs. And what are you waiting for? Go out and get somebody now. You don't want the momentum of struggling on offense to start to build. How is this stream only 5 minutes long? I feel like I've been ranting for a half an hour. Well, the good news is that Anthony Volpe swinging the bat pretty well at AA now. He's hitting well over 300 in June. He might end up in AAA in the near future. Jason Dominguez playing a little bit better. We've got some good arms down there. Dominic Rucco says, where are all the Yankees fans that wanted Gallo? Don't hide because Twitter begged for Gallo. I didn't want Gallo, ever. I didn't want Gallo. Yishai Khan says Stanton has got to get hot too. Well, Stanton hit 2 home runs in this series. Stevie Bats with the dono. Appreciate it. Jay Motto wants Benintendi. Castro says, Astros are not better than we are. The pitching shut the Yankees down this series. They might not be a better overall team, but their pitching just shoved, just crammed against the Yankees 3 straight days, even though you won one of those games. And then tomorrow, you got a chance to lose 3 out of 4 at home after coming off of one of your, hottest streaks of the year. The Astros are going to be soaring with confidence after that. You cannot let that happen. Tomorrow is a must win. Yishai Khan also says, bring Andujar back.
I hardly agree.
Got to have him back. The guy swings the bat. James G says, no such thing as a 1.5-year slump. Joey looks unfixable. And I hate to say it, but you're right. I mean, I think that New York is just not the place for him. It hasn't been a 1.5 years. It's been about a year. But still, a year-long slump is tough too. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Isaac Garcia says, who pitches tomorrow? Nestor Cortez. And by the way, the mustache energy is clearly gone. We need to get rid of the mustaches. I took Carl's mustache off. It's time to shave the mustaches. That energy, that portion of the summer is over. AJ Shavari says, who do you think will be sent down with Herman, Chapman, and Loaizaga coming back? I feel like Marinaccio has won a spot in the pen, I feel. Well, Marinaccio is going to get sent down. That's pretty much a guarantee. I could see possibly Litke getting DFA'd. After today's outing, Litke has, let's get his ERA real quick. 3.68. He walked 2 guys today, gave up 3 hits, so threw some gas on the fire. I could also see them optioning Domingo Herman when his rehab is over, optioning him to AAA, because I don't feel like he's earned a spot on the Major League roster at this point. Let him go down and pitch without any pressure for a while and, work on whatever role the Yankees need him to be. Loaizaga will be back. Chapman will be back. So it's just going to be an interesting move that the Yankees make. Alex Valerio is predicting a high-scoring game tomorrow. I don't know how you can watch this game and think that the Yankees are going to be high-scoring tomorrow. I mean, I get it. It's baseball. On any given day, anything can happen. But to get no-hit by the Astros on the first day of summer with the entire stadium packed, that's a joke. John says Cortez is a joke. Cortez is pitching like a Cy Young winner. There's a lot of bad takes in here, but that's one of the worst.
It doesn't work that way.
Just a bit outside.
Isaac Garcia says Cole looked good. Yeah, Cole was pretty solid today. The fastball was over 100 miles an hour. He had a lot of really nasty sliders. You just saw one there. Comes another one in the dirt. That was 90 miles an hour. Saw some 92 mile an hour changeups. There's a 100 mile an hour fastball to Alvarez. Another hard fastball inside, but This one got connected for a solo home run into the upper deck. I can't stand watching Altuve hit home runs in our ballpark, hitting that sinker. That was a good pitch. It was inside off the plate, and he just got the hands to it. So, I mean, hey, look, it's a tough game. There's going to be days like this. We just need to, we just need to come back and get him tomorrow. Aaron Judge says, every great Yankees team had one bad game. Wholeheartedly agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have bad days from time to time, but the 98 team didn't get no hit. It's pretty rare to get no hit. AJ says that call on Donaldson's last at bat was BS. There's been a lot of BS calls in this game. There were a lot of pitches around the zone that were not strikes that got called strikes. And there were also some pitches in the zone that should have been called strikes that were called balls. So just a really erratic strike zone. I'm all on board for automatic umpires. If you want to speed up the game, just have it automatically called. You lose all of that discussion back and forth between hitters and the umpire and the manager and the umpire. All that goes away. It definitely will speed up the game if you're looking to bring the overall average, game time down. And you'll get it right. That's one place where the pitcher-batter the pitcher-batter matchup is the key to the whole game, right? You want to get that call correct every single time because the percentages go so off whack, out of whack, off kilter, whatever it is, based on, if there's a 1-1 pitch, right? 2-1 is a very different expectation of getting a hit than 1-2. Things like that. And I say if you can get the calls right, just get them right. But this was a tough day for the Yankees. Unfortunately, just the 19th combined no-hitter in history. But as I said at the onset, some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant. Everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be back. I'm going to do a video on Anthony Volpe tomorrow with some highlights, some fresh highlights from his season and some statistics. And then I'll either release that in the morning or the afternoon or the evening. During the day, I've got some plans. And then Monday, I'll be back with your regular recap schedule. Until then, I'll see you next time.